UFC 207. Dominick Cruz, Cody Garbrandt. Let's talk about this fight, shall we? Scott Jorgensen, Joseph Benavidez twice, Uriah Faber twice, TJ Dillashaw. All these guys, all Team Alpha Male guys, have lost to Dominick Cruz. And now you've got Cody Garbrandt, another Team Alpha Male fighter, about to face Dominick Cruz, a guy who has defeated a lot of members from their team. And the question that comes up is, what have they learned? After fighting Dominick Cruz for all these years, what have these guys learned when it comes to facing Dominick Cruz? Now, if the last fight between Uriah Faber and Dominick Cruz is any indication at all, they haven't learned much. It just doesn't seem like they've learned much. They all say the same thing. They all fight him the same way. They all look at him the same way. And can you really blame them? Dominick Cruz has a style, a very interesting style, but he has a style that a lot of people do not respect. And not just people, not just MMA fans, not just people looking out from the outside. We're talking about including fighters, including mixed martial arts fighters. A lot of fighters don't respect what Dominick Cruz does. And when I say a lot of fighters, I mean specifically Team Alpha Male guys. Because these guys refuse to give Dominick Cruz credit for his style, for his footwork. You hear them say the same things over and over and over again. Uriah Faber said he was going to knock him out. He called Cruz weak. He said all he does is run. He compares him to a guy who is pillow-fisted. TJ Dillashaw, when it was his turn to face Dominick Cruz, he said the same thing. Dominick Cruz, all he does is run. I'm going to knock his ass out. And now Cody Garbrandt is saying the same exact things leading up to this fight. He is looking at Dominick Cruz as this guy who doesn't want to fight. He's looking at them as this guy who all he wants to do is run. They don't look at his footwork and see him as dangerous. They look at him as a guy who's weak. You hear them say things like, I'm going to walk through whatever he throws at me. I'm going to push forward. I'm going to cut off the cage and I'm going to knock him out. That's the same thing Uriah Faber said, and then he got dropped twice in his fight against Dominick Cruz. And that is why this fight is so interesting to me, because it is the same exact type of fighter that Cruz has defeated numerous times about to face Dominick Cruz again, saying the same things, doing the same things, training with the same exact people. And if you go into a fight and your intentions are to knock out a guy who is known for being extremely elusive, a guy who does not get hit often, that is the wrong approach to take to this fight. And that is, unfortunately, what I think Cody Garbrandt is going to do. Now, as a fight fan who loves technical fights, a fight fan who wants to see Dominick Cruz face a fighter who truly understands him, it is really frustrating listening to Cody Garbrandt saying the same things over and over again and vowing to do the same things that has not worked in the past. It is time for a new approach. It is time to look at Dominick Cruz differently. It is time to give Dominick Cruz the respect that he deserves. And that goes for fans as well. Every single time I look at people call him a runner, it grinds my gear. I cannot understand how you don't appreciate what this man does in the cage. No one else moves like he does. No one else cuts the angles that he does. Not even TJ Dillashaw, a guy that has been compared to Cruz numerous times. He's extremely unique, extremely gifted. His fight IQ is through the roof. He understands fighting like no one else in the octagon today. And yet, this guy is not getting the respect that I feel and the respect that he deserves. I think it's time for a brand new approach. Now, when you look at this fight on paper, you can't do the same things and expect a different result. It just doesn't work like that. If you've been doing the same things and you've been getting the same exact result, which is losing to Dominick Cruz, you cannot expect to go into this fight doing the same things and expect to get a win against Dominick. Now, Cody Garbrandt has power. There's no doubt about that. We've seen him go in there and knock guys unconscious. He does have power. Absolutely, 100%. But when you look at the person he's about to face, that power that Cody Garbrandt carries in his hands is almost a disadvantage. And it's a disadvantage because when you have that kind of power, you put way too much emphasis on that power, and you don't put enough emphasis on how to deliver that power. A bullet is useless if you don't have a gun to deliver that bullet. A bomb is completely useless if you don't have a way to deliver that bomb to your target. Power is useless if you don't have a way to deliver that power. If you don't have a way to hit Dominick Cruz, you might as well have no power because you're going to miss all night long. And because Cody Garbrandt has such incredible power in his hands, I fear he's going to go into this fight and completely put all emphasis on landing power shots on a guy who does not get hit in fights. Against Dominick Cruz, the knockout should almost be an afterthought. It should not be something you go into the fight looking for because you won't find it. The focus against Dominick Cruz should be landing shots consistently, not just landing power shots. It doesn't matter where you hit him. Hit him. Focus on accuracy. Hit him in the chest, hit him in the legs, hit him in the thighs, hit him in the arm. The goal should be to hit this guy. Hit him as much as you possibly can and not just focusing on boxing. Yes, you've got power in your hands, but you also have 8 limbs to work with. You've got your kicks, you've got your knees, you've got your elbows, you've got your wrestling, you've got clinch attempts, you've got jiu-jitsu. You have to combine it all. You have to fight Dominick Cruz like a complete mixed martial arts fighter. That is the only way you're going to come close to beating Dominick Cruz. Now, when you look at Dominick Cruz's past opponents, the one guy that when you watch the way he moved, the way he approached the fight, it's Demetrius Johnson. When you look at the way DJ fought Dominick Cruz, you almost get the sense that if DJ was a little bit taller, if he was at least 5'6", he would have won that fight. Dominick Cruz had to make some incredible adjustments in that fight because DJ was able to catch up to him on the feet. He was able to tag him repeatedly on the feet. And Cruz was not able to keep himself away from Demetrius Johnson like he has been able to do against other opponents. And the reason for that is because DJ understood that footwork. He understood that he's not going to go in there and knock him out. So he focused on speed. He focused on making his footwork efficient. He focused on forward pressure while also maintaining his own defense and just trying to land as many shots as he possibly can, not trying to knock out Dominick Cruz, but just landing. And because of that, Cruz was forced to turn that fight into a grappling match, which is how he won that fight. If he decided to just stand up against Demetrius Johnson, he would have lost that fight handily. But he turned it into a grappling match because he realized from the very first round that DJ got a read on him. DJ understood what that footwork was all about. He knew where he was going to be even before he got there. And that is what Cody Garbrandt needs. You cannot go in there against Cruz and wait around looking for that one big shot. You're not going to find it. It will not be there because he is a moving target. He is constantly moving. He is never going to set his feet and allow you to hit him. Because of that, you have to give up something for the sake of another thing. You have to give up power in certain instances because you need to move your feet. You need to be able to catch Dominick Cruz while in motion. And to be able to do that, you cannot set your feet too much. You got to move your own feet. You got to maintain forward pressure. You have to keep your head moving. You got to keep your feet moving. And as you're doing that, you will give up power. But at the very least, you're landing shots. You're hitting them. He needs to employ wrestling as well. Go after Dominick Cruz. Try to take him down. Pin him against the cage. Work on his knees. Kick him in the legs repeatedly over and over again. Forget about hitting him in the head. He should go into the fight almost believing he cannot hit Dominick in the head. Hit him other places. While Cruz is moving his head and switching his stances and bobbing and weaving, his body will stay stationary. Not completely stationary in one spot, but you can't move your body like you can move your head out the way. So focus on hitting his body as much as you can with body kicks, knees, punches, elbows. Hit him with every single thing you got. Do not just focus on landing that crazy overhand right. Do not just focus on that. You will not be able to land it against Dominick. Something else too, Cody needs to be ready for 5 rounds of working. He cannot work for the first 2 rounds or the first 3 rounds and then take the rest of the round off. He cannot do that. He needs to remain composed the whole entire time. He needs to understand that this fight has a potential to go 25 minutes. And for every second of that 25 minutes, you need to be on Dominick Cruz. You cannot let him get away. You need to be on him, cut off the cage, focus on speed, focus on combinations. Very short, very crisp, accurate combinations using not just punches, but your feet as well. For Dominick Cruz, Dominick simply needs to do what Dominick has been doing. There is absolutely no doubt whatsoever that he understands the style that Cody Garbrandt brings. Cody's style is not difficult to understand. And when it comes to understanding, there is no other fighter in the UFC today that understands fighting, that has the sort of knowledge that Dominick Cruz has. All you need to do is listen to the guy talk. Hear him break down fights. Listen to his approach to his own fights, and you understand just how intelligent this guy is. He understands the angles that Cody Garbrandt is going to cut. He understands the punches he's going to throw. He understands the combinations that Cody favors in there. And he already has a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, E, F, G. He has plans for every single scenario that's going to come up in that fight. And because he is so intelligent, because of how much knowledge he possesses, he has the ability to allow himself to adjust in the middle of the fight, in the heat of the battle. If the stand-up is not working, I guarantee Dominick Cruz turns this into a grappling match. Instantly. He's not going to wait around. Instantly, this will become a grappling match. If the grappling stops working, he's going to return to striking. He's going to use his full mixed martial arts arsenal every single chance he gets. And that is what makes this guy better than Team Alpha Male fighters. He doesn't go in there banking on one thing. A lot of people think, oh, all he wants to do is be elusive. No, that's not true. Dominick Cruz is not just in there to run away from you. If you back up from Dominick Cruz, he will push forward. He will control the center of that cage. Look at his fight against Uriah Faber, the last fight. Faber was moving backwards the whole time. Go and rewatch the fight. That's what Cruz is able to do to you. He's able to freeze you in there. And he's able to freeze you because he is intelligent. Because he has a very unique way of approaching a mixed martial arts fight. I also guarantee that Dominick Cruz has seen the one fight that Cody Garbrandt was not able to finish in the UFC. And that's his fight versus Henry Briones. Go back and watch that fight. Henry Briones, when it comes to movement and being elusive, is like an old man in a wheelchair compared to Dominick Cruz. But he is the most elusive guy Cody Garbrandt has faced at the moment. He was able to use his footwork to avoid a lot of those big shots that Cody was able to throw. And his jab was very, very effective against Cody Garbrandt. The one thing I also noticed when watching that fight is that Cody just seems to me like a hothead. He seems like a guy who is not able to maintain his composure. He has to have the upper hand on you at every single moment of that fight. And if he feels for a second like you're getting the better of him, he lets his emotions get the best of him. Every single time Henry landed a jab in that fight, you see Cody's demeanor completely change. He gets more flat-footed. He starts loading up on punches even more. He starts to taunt. It's almost like he gets embarrassed he got hit. He can't do that against Dominick Cruz because Cruz has one of the best jabs in the bantamweight division. And if Cruz sees what I see in that fight, you better believe he's going to be lighting up Cody Garbrandt with jabs in that fight. And the more he lands that jab, the more Cody is going to get flat-footed. The more he's going to chase after him with mindless aggression and try to get him out of there as fast as he possibly can. I believe Dominick Cruz is going to mix it up very, very well. He's going to mix up his wrestling with his kickboxing, with his boxing, with his jiu-jitsu. No matter where the position goes, no matter where the fight goes, I believe Dominick is going to be able to make adjustments. He's going to be able to counter whatever it is that Cody Garbrandt is going to throw at him. When you look at these guys physically, they match up very well. They're both 5'8". They both weigh around the same. Dominick is going to have, the longer reach in there, but I don't think it's going to be that significant when it comes to their physical attributes. The attributes are equal, so that's perfectly fine. Now, neither Cody or Cruz will have any issues at all when it comes to physical attributes because they match up very well. The difference is going to be distance management. And no one manages distance better than Dominick Cruz. Maybe Conor McGregor. But even Conor's footwork does not compare to what Dominick Cruz is able to do in the octagon. So, who do I think wins this fight? Guys, the truth is, I don't see how Cody wins. I really don't. I think Dominick Cruz beats him. I think Dominick Cruz beats him pretty easily. I don't think this is going to be that much of a competition. I actually think this is going to be one of Dominick's easiest performances in the octagon. And I know that sounds ridiculous to say, considering how good Cody is, but that's what I really believe. I actually think Dominick is going to finish this fight. I don't know what round. I can't say what round, but I think he finishes this fight between the first and the third round. From round number 1 to round number 3 or round number 4, I think Dominick is going to be able to drop Cody Garbrandt. I think he's going to be able to finish him by TKO. And I think he's going to be able to do this because Cody is going to underestimate his power. He will underestimate the power that Dominick Cruz brings. He's going to leave his chin hanging out there and he's going to get cracked. He needs to remember, Cruz was able to drop Uriah Faber twice in their fight. You don't drop Uriah Faber. You don't drop Uriah Faber twice in a fight if you can't bang. Trust me. Cruz moves. He's a mover. He's an elusive guy. His focus is on defense. That's his emphasis. That's what he puts the most importance on. But trust me, he can bang. He can hit you. And if Cody lets himself get hit too much by Dominick Cruz, if he does not focus on his defense as well, if he looks at this fight as, oh, Cruz is a guy I can just walk through whatever he throws at me, like they look at Demetrius Johnson. Do you guys remember Joseph Benavidez? How he looked at Demetrius Johnson? What his corner was telling him in that fight? Go ahead, he can't hurt you. He can't hurt you. Then he gets knocked out cold. It's going to be something very similar to this fight. For some reason, Team Alpha Male fighters, they always look at their opponents as this guy that can't hurt them. They do this all the time. And you can't do this with Dominick Cruz because he can hurt you. He really can. And I think Cody will make that mistake. He's going to get dropped. He's going to get hit with something lethal. He's going to get dropped and he's going to get finished in this fight. Now, either way, Cruz wins this fight. If Cody wins this fight, I swear to God, it will be one of the biggest upsets in UFC history. That's the way I look at it. Like, I'm looking at this fight and I cannot see how he wins. Yes, he might hit Dominick, but do I think he's going to hit him cleanly enough to cause a knockout, to cause a TKO? I don't think so. I think Dominick Cruz is way smarter than that. I think he is way more intelligent than that. He's going to find a way to avoid those big shots, and he's going to find a way to land clean counters on Cody Garbrandt. So, prediction, Dominick Cruz wins this fight between the first and the third round, between the first and the fourth round by TKO. That is my prediction. Bold prediction, I know. Cruz is not known as a finisher, but I do believe strongly he is going to finish this fight. And that's my prediction. Let me know in the comment section what your predictions are for this fight. What do you think about the fight? I want to know specifically, if you're a Cody Garbrandt fan, if you're a fan of Cody, I want to know in the comment section. And if you're a fan of him, I want you to take your time and tell me, think he's going to win the fight. Let me know how you think he's going to do it. There is no need to chew my head off. All I am is a fight fan. I don't claim to know much. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a trainer. All I am is a guy who watches mixed martial arts and takes notes, okay? If you believe Cody is going to destroy Dominick Cruz, just explain to me how you think that's going to happen in the comment section, because I am very curious to see what you guys think about this fight as well. But that's it. Once again, not a trainer, not a fighter, do not claim to know anything at all. I am just giving you my opinion on this fight and calling it how I see it based on how many times I've watched Dominick Cruz perform and based on how much I've studied his style of fighting. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the prediction, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Have a good day.